we're going to be working in Vox Edit. Yay! Crowd goes wild. Yay! Vox Edit. Yay! So happy Thursday, everybody. So, yeah, we have a current contest. I'll be sure to mention it a few times throughout the show. But if you guys haven't heard, we have our steampunk contest with a reward of USDC. So it's not sand. That means it's a consistent price. The world will be amazing when it's slightly strange. If you guys haven't started, now's a good time. We have till November 25th to make a steampunk themed vehicle. So I recommend hopping on that, hitching a ride on that contest if that's something you're interested in. Up to 512 voxel size. Max face is 5,000. Vehicle and steampunk theme. That's all you got to worry about. We got a link for that when you're ready for it. So I'll drop that in the chat before I forget. Yeah, welcome one and all to another Halfd0rk Sandstorm collab, if you want to call it that. Oops. Yo, welcome in, guys. Gio's here. How's it going, Gio? Welcome. There's the link for the Sandstorm contest. I'll be sure to announce it throughout the stream. But today, we're going to be working on several different assets. I have a whole list of things to make for our game. However, just to get you, ideas flowing here, we're going to be making a glowing card. So that means when I have a card selected, it's going to start kind of glowing. It has this aura, this border. Then we're going to make the resource. So we're going to try and 3Dify that catalyst or essence that we made. We're going to make a dice. So just a 6-sided dice that I plan on giving some randomization through the animations to really kind of convince the player that it's rolling. If you haven't noticed in the Game Maker, rolling dice is a little bit more difficult than it used to be because they bumped up the gravity. So we're going to be faking it in Vox Edit. It's still going to be RNG. It's still going to, pick 1 through 6 at random. But that's where my mind's at for that one. And then if we have time, we're probably going to be making some UI elements. So things such as like borders, text, things that you would see on the card game battlefield. Slater Raid, what's happening? Hope you're doing good. I'm doing good. Hope everybody here is having a nice day. Thanks for popping in. If you're here, just say hi. Just greet us. We'll greet you back. This is a live stream, which also means if you have any questions or comments or, have troubleshooting problems, feel free to ask. We here at the Sandstorm want to make sure that you guys are prepared for building in the metaverse. So let's go ahead and get started. Hey, Sparky's here. VVox is here. Welcome, ladies. So we're starting with the card glow. So the first thing I want to do is import the card that we've already started on. And so we can see here this card. And I'm just going to delete all the extra nodes. Just double checking here that the file name is not my original. Simply just going to delete the extra nodes. And then I'm going to delete unattached. So that removed all of those node assets that I wasn't going to use anyway. And with our card, I'm going to rename it. This is going to be card_glow. And I'm going to go into the edit. And now I'm going to give it basically a radial border. So it's essentially going to be a larger version of the old one. So I added 8. Let's add another 8. That'll be 1, 2 plus 6. So 136. Math is fun, kids. Don't let the adults tell you otherwise. We'll go ahead and color all these. So you can see here I did a rectangle tool and the color tool to change all the previously made ones. And then I'm going to use the fill tool and the block or create mode. I gotta learn these terms. We got create mode. So I basically filled out the entire space. And we're going to make sure our pivot point is set to center and then set to floor. And we'll save. So now with our card glow, it's pretty much done. It's essentially faking a selector. So I'm going to have this underneath cards when we pick them. Hey, Cynthia's here. Trap Edition, welcome. CT, hi there. We're making a Vox edit today. Well, welcome. Hope you're all having a nice Thursday. So this card's pretty much done. It already has all of those animations that I pre-made on the other card. So we can see here they're very subtle animations that'll be seen more or less in game. Great. We can check that one off the list. Now we're going to work on the resource, this gem here, which if I were to go back into my card, we can see is the cost of my card game. So 2 gems or catalysts or essence. I think we're going with essence, but if anybody has a different, I guess, name for these, crystals, I don't know. But that's how much it costs. It costs 2 crystals. And we can see here the card art and whatnot. But now we're making kind of like a bigger, more visual representation of this crystal. So what I'll do is go ahead and delete unattached. So just double checking my resource here. What I like to do is make backups. So I'll make a TCG underscore essence underscore v1. Now I can refer back to that if I ever need to. Probably won't have to, but it's good to make backups. Escape Room Artist G to the M. What's happening, dude? All right, so now I can delete the unattached. And with our gem here, we're going to be trying to 3Dify it. And I don't want this edginess, so we're probably going to recreate it by using the shapes. And this is something I don't really do often, so it's kind of exploration of it. I'm going to take this color. So taking the color, we're in a new model, so I have no problem with deleting this. And we'll take the line tool, and we'll just make a solid line. We'll crop it, set to center, and set to floor. And so now I'm essentially going to recreate the shape of this essence. So do essence, and then this is going to be line 1. And this will allow me to gauge, the length of it, as well as, making that shape. So we can see here, I'm going to make it shorter, probably about half the size it is. And I'm going to make the diamond or essence, whatever you want to call it, kind of like jut out like a crystal, like a rotating, is there a name for this like shape where it's like a diamond, I suppose, but it's 3D? Just another beautiful day in the metaverse. Let's go, Slitterade. And I'm also going to do one of 2 things. I can make this larger, so I can make it like 2 voxels, or I can keep it this way, and it'll really make this kind of a interesting curvature. So I think we'll try it with that first. And so now I'm going to crop it, and it's already set to center, set to floor, so the pivot point's in a good spot, and we'll see why in a second. So taking a look at this, I'm now going to duplicate this line. So we'll do line 2. Then I'm basically going to make that shape as best as I can. And I want this to be more in the center. So we can see here, it's right on the center of the Z-axis. And this one I would like to be, like if we use math, I should be able to do this correctly. So we'll do 0.5 here. And math is fun, kids. Don't forget. Do 0.5. So now it's kind of like in the middle. And there's probably going to be some rotation happening, but you can kind of see the idea we're going for. Watching the wizard work. I'm definitely a wizzy. If anything, these are the types of skills I need to learn more of. I don't spend too much time in Vox Edit, to be honest. Almost every project I work on, I'm usually the game dev, and so that involves the game design and game maker, and I let this type of creativity flourish with other people who are gooder at it. They're greater at it. So we can see here we have -5. This one will do 0. This one will do 2. This one we'll put at 1. So I'm using math here to do the hard work. And once I have that shape, I should be able to more or less just duplicate everything. I might also start shrinking these, but let's get the shape first. Duplicate it again, like 4. Be 3 tall. You can see here it's starting to sink a little bit. I would rather it kind of go up and angular, so we're probably going to be making different variations of the lines themselves. So we'll try probably at 1. We'll just go up each one of these. So now it's more angular. However, we'll notice that these are too long. So now I'm going to start making different versions. Duplicating it, we'll cut 2 of them, I think. Crop it, save it. And then zooming back in, I can also delete this one. Well, I want that size, so we'll unlink it for now. Excuse me. So it looks like we'll want 1 more block. I'll add that back. Use the create tool, put it back in there. This one we might lower just a little. It's kind of hard to see it with the purple. CT, welcome. Always strive to be gooder, exactly. Trying to be your hype man. Thank you, Escape from Mars. You are the hype man. Those G to the M's actually do rev me up. So thanks for that. I'm drinking a pumpkin spice coffee. It's store-bought, and I made it myself. It tastes horrible. I feel like, like Starbucks and Dunkin', they put some sort of addictive substance in theirs. Looks like we'll want another one. Like god awful. Turn off emission views. Ooh, let's try it. Is it one of these? Show hide rig, show hide. Oh, here we go. Thank you, V. V's the pro. She should be here on camera for Sandstorm. Slaterade, I hope that there's a possibility for that. She's the pro. Also, I don't think she would want to be on camera, but she's missing out. So now we've got that edge going, and we're pushing it back each time too. So I want to ultimately end, right here, and it'll have that diamond kind of faceted effect. At least that's the hope. So we can see I'm starting to get the shape, but I also need to make sure these are all kind of like mathematically put in place. So that way it doesn't have those edges, much like the rigged D20 that I made in like one stream. And Alex was like, all right, let's mint it. Like, wait, Alex, wait, please. I still think it's funny though. Still hard to see edges on that purple. Yeah. This is what we call Barney purple in the biz. Barney purple in the biz. Sounds like a rap song nobody asked for. So we have Essence 9, and then this one should be Essence 8. So that should go right there. Buenos dias. How's it going, Roxy Mega? Roxy, can you roll your R's? Roxy, I can't roll my R's. Just trying to say your name, I'm like, it'd be good practice, I guess. Let's see here. So now we're just making them shorter and shorter. So we're gonna duplicate it, S5. Nope, I can't. Let's just embarrass myself on Sandstorm stream. I can make like a machine gun sound. Which apparently not a lot of people can do. I can also roll my tongue. Which I looked online, like it's like 70% of people can do. So if you can't do that, you're in the 30%. And that involves like folding your tongue. So like folding your tongue. Anyway, I'm digressing. This isn't the the tongue muscle stream. This is the Vox edit stream. So we're duplicating another node. I mean, we could go to that, but that's Slaterade's choice. I'm probably going to end up, you know, making it 3D, obviously. So 3D, it's gonna have a little bit more width. So I'm not too worried about it peeking out the back here. Way too much effort. Yeah, same here, Sparky. I mean, if I gave it a couple hours, maybe we could make something happen. Oh, okay, Roxy. Sounds good, Roxy Miguel. I mean, the first part, Roxy, is easy enough to say. Drink it again. Save it. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but I'm feeling lucky. Okay, so we have the base shape here. We should be able to just duplicate everything. And that would keep, you know, that angle where we want it. I'll probably make one more just for the edge here. But other than that, let's go ahead and try. What I'll do is I'll save as, and that way we can go back if we need to. Like I drool when I roll my R's. It's a talent. Or it's a skill. Probably not a talent. I think you just gotta work on it. Myself included. Alright, so in V2 here, we're gonna duplicate the entire node. It'll be SN2. Now I should be able to technically just rotate it. And then just move it back where I want it. You can get some interesting shapes using this method. I think the 180 is a bad idea. So instead we need to flip it on the Y. Nope. Y-axis flipping won't work either. I would want to Y-axis flip it to get the opposite side for the back at least. The 180. Now we can put that at least right here. And then basically, I just have to place these in a reverse order. And then we can just duplicate everything again. And we should have our shape. Then we can start coloring it. I would want, like a white on the outside. I'm not sure how I feel about this, to be honest. What would happen if I curve these to where it's like pointing outward? Yeah, not really sure how I feel about this design. But I think I should still complete it. And then that way we can look at the finished product and make our choice then. Also, we could do some really funky stuff. So I could, like have these spin. So we'll just use this as an example. So I could have it spin 180 degrees. So they'd be kind of like churning. I don't know. I'm just kind of like brainstorming the design here. Let's at least finish, and then we can make that choice of whether or not to keep it. Heyo, what's up, Tom? Welcome in. Has anyone made a chess game? I was thinking about that the other day too, Roxy. I don't think anybody's designed one, no. I've seen chess pieces, Roxy, but not like a game. A you-know-what theme. I don't know what, but I'm excited to see it regardless. All right, so let's reverse these. So I'm just going to duplicate this again. It's embarrassing how I am at this. Look away, Tom. So we'll go, and now we'll basically repeat the process. And all I have to do is move them on the x-axis, so it's not too difficult. But design-wise, this is definitely a prototype. I'll have to see it in-game before I make any, drastic choices here. Cool. So we have that shape. Make sure this is centered. Oh, damn. I had the keyframes set on 1 second, but that's an easy fix, I suppose. So we can see here, all of these. Go ahead and copy, delete, and paste. You're doing great. Thanks, Tom. I'm doing gooder than I'd done before. Gooder's the word of the day. Let's see. So now I'm going to duplicate this one. This will be essence 4. We'll unlink that, and then we're just moving them on the x-axis. X-axis. The x-ass again. Blech. And then what else do I want to make? The dice might be a fun exercise after this one. I don't get a lot of exercise, as you can tell. Alright, my jokes are being weird today. Make sure this is on the 0. I think my jokes are always weird, to be honest. With the essence, it's going to look pretty good in game because you won't be able to see the edges as well. So there's potential here. I do think there's some potential. So a couple things. I would like to move it to where they're starting on the 0, I think. So we'll have them all start on the 0, and hopefully that'll, give us a little bit more depth. It does appear that it's leaving the gap if they're both on the 0. So maybe if I go negative for each one. And this is me talking on the z-axis, I suppose. And so that way they're kind of like conjoined and they're blending a little bit. Nice. All right, so now I'm going to take these, and one thing is I'll add them to a control node. So I can just add them here to the main control node that I have set up. And so this will be the rename to bottom. The autumn, because of the capitalization. Bottom. And we'll duplicate it. And this will be the top. So all I should have to do is rotate it 180 degrees and then position it on top. I mean, it's a shape. It's definitely a shape. That looks like a diamond to me. How difficult would it be to have like a circle? Ideally, I want this same shape on the design, kind of like something similar to that. So a couple things here. I'll probably add edges, so it has that more angular look to it. It does appear that it might have miscalculated with some of these. Take a look. That's 0. This one we want. Oh, looks like I'm grabbing the wrong thing. We definitely want to see it in game too. Shine bright like a diamond. Thanks, stuff. Confirmed shape. Logic of chess is definitely where it would get challenging. That would be a serious challenge, Roxy, if you attempt it. Cool. So let's attempt to make this white shape. And then I'm going to have it essentially like pulse. So it'll go from like front to back. So yeah, let's just give it a try. So we'll call it the pulse. First things first is I will make a new child node for it. This will be P1. Put it directly inside. And then I'm going to just draw another outline around the outside here. We should have just turned on the x-axis, but should be fine. Cool. Go ahead and remove the rest. Save it. And so the thought process here is our pulsing effect. It's hopefully going to look better in game, but it'll go like front to back here. And I could also take it one step further and split this part in half. I mean, that looks kind of cool. Kind of cool as is. This portion is like jutting out, so I need to see why. Maybe it's just my camera angle. It looks as though it's sticking out, and it shouldn't. But I'm not sure where it's broken. So we have -1 there, -1 there, -1 and 180, -1, 180. So maybe it's just the way I'm looking at it. Let us attempt to squish it a little. Squish. Or unsquish. I think it's just the shadows that are messing with me. So we can see that there are like fake shadows here. It's like really disorienting me. Because it makes me want to just edit that until it's perfect, but it's never perfect because there's shadows. So instead, I gotta move on. Even though my OCD is like, wait, go back. The pulse bottom. Just remove the pink. Save up. We'll crop it first. Why not? Set to center. Set to floor. Save. And the idea here is I'm going to have this shape, but now it's going to be kind of in line with the curve of my diamond. Yeah, the bounding boxes might not help. You think that'll be a problem? Also, why are the bounding boxes so large? Is it because of the... Because I know each individual essence is a line. So I'm curious where the bounding boxes come in. Looks like it's this essence here. Is it because it's animated? No? Asking the real questions here. Alright, so we'll do the bottom. We'll put it in place wherever we want it. Curve it. Rotate it. Bop it. Twist it. Pull it. Might even double the back of this. So we'll add another Z node. And I should be able to just duplicate the layer and then drag one forward. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada boom, bada bing bong. And we'll, add a little bit of shading to it. Just a little should hopefully go a long way here. Save it. Push it in a little bit further. We'll duplicate this. And then I'll go ahead and make a pulse top. That way we just have more control over the orientation. So I'll just flip this 180 degrees and we'll save it. Because the pivot point's already in the right spot. Your Connect 4 type game set up for just added a random timer gameplay. Ooh. And so Roxy and Escape Room Artists are discussing how to make a chess game. It would definitely be a challenge. I think it's doable. You have to do a lot of calculations, though. And with the emissions on. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with this. We're going to duplicate both of these. And then I'm also going to give it some edges, like this little tiny nub. Could be worse, right? Oak6, what's up? You're working on chess figures. Nice. So I will say, and this is kind of cheating, kind of not, that you can technically just find images of chess, models online, and then you just kind of import them into VoxEdit. It would save you a lot of trouble if you're just trying to get started on the game logic. Obviously, customizing them, is preferred, but you can easily find the chess pieces as 3D models online. That would save you a lot of time. but that's also cheating. So kind of like, this is an interesting question. Would you guys consider that cheating? Like, I think to each their own, but you're essentially shortcutting your way to a voxel version of a model. So there's a bit of a process, a learning curve to doing it, because you have to use specific software and websites to convert a model into voxels. But I think a lot of people would consider that cheating or a shortcut. Okay, cool. So now we'll make one more line here. This will be the shortest of them. And we'll just take off 2, crop it, save it. And we'll make a new child node for this one. Do edge 1. I don't think there's any wolf-themed chess pieces. Ooh, that'll be fun. Is it going to be wolves versus wolves? Or maybe like wolves versus doggos? Or mountain lions? Or just black wolves, white wolves? I mean, that's pretty cool already. I'm just making it more, I guess, weird. White wolf, black wolf would be cool. Let's see. And now I just want to make one more super small one. Boop, boop. Drop it, save it, publish it, forget it. This will be small one. As I'm sure many of you can relate, our naming conventions for nodes just start getting worse and worse as time goes on. So why is this already starting over here? I guess it doesn't matter. Nice. Could go one bigger, so we'll do that. Well, I just got deja vu. Maybe it's because I spend too much time in just making voxels. That's a pretty good shape. I like it. We'll duplicate it. This will be small 2. This time I'm just going to attach it to the other version and then just move it into place. Nice. So it doesn't have any animations on it. I'll probably have a spin. I'll have a pulse. Looks pretty good with the emissions. Might move some of these a little bit. Go 7. Maybe 7.5. Be more efficient using this. I'm gonna sneeze. Nice. Want some Cadillacs voxelized? Yes, please. So we'll add maybe like a spin animation to round off this this model, and a pulse, and that'll be it. But otherwise, it's pretty much set. And we made that in what, like 20 minutes, maybe less. So to make a spin animation, and we'll do it over 8 seconds, we're gonna create new keyframe for everything. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this actually, this animation. So we'll have spin 0, 1. Now I can freely, additively edit this without fear of ruining anything. So we're going to close it probably a second or frame before 8. So I've clicked this button here to close all my keyframes. Then I'm going to actually rotate it very slightly to 359. Do 359. And then in the middle, I'm going to do just the controller as a keyframe. So this will be probably around 4-ish seconds. And I'm going to put this at 179.9. And so that should give me a full rotation. And it loops. Looks good. What else? We'll go ahead and duplicate this again. And this one will be the pulse 01. So the pulse will probably make it like a 4-second. We'll close all our keyframes. We'll go to the middle mark using the keyframes again. But this time, I only need the white portions to move. So we'll go to the pulse top, pulse bottom. So all of these you should probably have on their own control node, but it'll be fine. We want these to go inward. And ever so slightly, we also want them to, well, I take that back. We could probably remove all of it. I think it does peak out right there. But if we rotate it to where it's 0 degrees, then position it directly inside, we should be able to hide it well enough. We'll do the same here. 0 degrees, position. We'll just see how it looks before we continue. 0 degrees, push inward. You can see here I'm clipping a little bit, but I just want to see how it looks before I commit to it. 0 degrees, push it inward. Looks all right. I think it's a little bit too fast. We have a lot of nodes here. So, I mean, none of them are really moving. The only ones we really have to edit are our pulses. Which this is why I should have made a control node from the beginning for them. Although I did have to edit each one of those individually. So it worked out. We'll do 8 seconds again. We'll try 8 seconds. We'll close all of our nodes. So closing keyframe there, using this button at the top. And then I'm going to find my pulse nodes again. And we're just going to move that middle frame. We can delete this one. Put it right there. So delete the old one, put the new one essentially right there. Old one, delete, move. Delete, move. Cool. Let's take a look. Yeah, it looks all right. Pretty happy with it. Out. It's like shaping. Yeah, I really like how it turned the edges of that inner shape into almost like a like it's moving inward. You know, the edginess of it. Overall, the only thing I would adjust is the starting keyframe to be a little bit more like, so it would hold this shape more. So it would just hold on to this just for a couple seconds longer. So we'll go ahead and attempt to edit that. So I can go to my pulse keyframes, and I'm essentially just going to copy those and position them here, and then move these a little bit further in. So it's going to hold that shape a little bit longer, then rotate out. The last thing I would do with this particular one is maybe give it like a like an up and down, kind of like bobbing. So it's almost got like a float. Maybe change the keyframe animation. These keyframe animations were not working for me before, but I believe it's because you have to have multiple selected. Also, does anybody know what this means? How do I toggle a slurp? What does a slurp mean? Toggle slurp. But I think that might have saved our linear animation. It's not showing it as saved though. So I feel like the keyframe animations are not working right now. Slurp is a necessity, says Sparky. Vivox says the stop icon besides the IK. Oh, is that what this is? Auto slurp? But I still don't know what slurp means. Oh well, I'm pretty happy with this. We'll go ahead and save it. And that was our Essence V2. So now we can go to our dice. So we'll get started on making some cool dice. So let us first import an avatar. And so this essentially gives me like a scale. So that's the size of a character. So if you want to edit the individual points of the keyframe, interesting. Okay. The individual points. I'm sure that might be useful. All right, so let's go ahead and simply make ice. We'll start with white. Fill the space. We'll get an idea for the size. It's a pretty good size dice, I think. I want to make this a little bit edgier, so I'm going to show the edges. I'm going to turn on all of our mirroring, and we'll take black, and we'll just kind of like paint a rim. And I think I want to delete it. I'll just delete the rim. And now I might have like a different type of rim. So it should be like a subtly shaded, the thought. And we'll want to extrude the faces of everything except that rim. So we're just kind of like playing with shape right now. So what I'll do is I'll add 2 to everything. Or I could just remove this, I think. Move this one. I want like that extruded face kind of look. Okay. And then back with that gray, we'll make it a really subtle. See how that looks. I like the look. I do like it. I might take off the this corner right here. So that's our version 1 dice. So we'll do dice v2. Rename this one dice v1. Edgy. V, have you used it, or you're just in the know? V's always in the know. It's not fair. But now she's letting us know, so I guess it is fair. Now we're going to start making the numbers on our dice. So if I were to look up dice faces. Cool, now I have reference. If you all are looking for a reference type of software, I recommend PureRef. That would allow you to easily place this kind of reference image on top of your whatever you're working on. So I can just display that real quick. So now you can see my reference image. I'm able to move it around, take a look at each one. So we'll start with the one face. We'll put the one on top here. I can even use the sphere tool here, and we'll get a good size sphere. Just make sure it's symmetrical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I would need to adjust this a little bit. That's a 7. That's another 8. So I'm probably going to have to make my own shape. But I suppose I could. How do I redo? Redo, no. I can't undo a redo. Okay, so let's just attempt to make our own shape, I suppose. I'm gonna use the red as a guide first with the sphere tool. 6 and 7. At the top it's 5, and at the bottom it's not. You know what might also help me is using a layer. So with the layer, these are the shenanigans that I add, but also it's very convenient when you do it right. So I basically made a new layer, filled it, so it's a giant blue box taking up the entire space, but I can easily turn it off and see, the final product. But with my blue, I can use a different color, paint on top of it, and then just completely remove that from my main design when I'm ready to move on. So I'm going to use orange here to get the a symmetrical circle. I probably don't need it to be that large either, but this allows me to kind of have a good gauge as the shape. Use it sometimes. I got you, V. Okay, so let's make a circle. And I want to try and count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll try to count on the opposite side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Two, 1, 2. All right, so now that I have a very basic, outline of my circle here, I can remove all those other colors that we added. So I'm going to take this tool, remove that, and we'll remove the blue. So now I can rename this. This is going to be our 1. And so I have 10 on this side, 10 on that side. So now I need to get the colors here. So we'll do 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'll probably want to remove one of those. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Cool. So we'll move these. Move that. And we'll just change this to a black. Nice. So we have our dice face. It does look a little bit off. So what I would probably do is duplicate it first, just to have a backup. And then I'm going to remove one of these faces, So symmetrically, like, it's not perfect. And that's the problem. So I think I need to grab all these, move them over one. We'll take the line tool, fill it in. And now I should be able to have a little bit more of a symmetrical circle. It was all because I'm working with like odd numbers inside of a circle. You know, a circle doesn't exactly, by design, work well with odd numbers. Now it's looking more football-y. That's nice. Kind of diamondy too. Use the mirrors. Yeah, the mirrors would help for the specific face. You're absolutely right. We'll try it with the next one. So for now, I'm going to leave that as is. It's symmetrically put in place. And we're going to essentially move on to the number 2. What I can do is I can take the shape I've already made. We'll duplicate it. This one we will rename to 2.1. I'm gonna hide my other faces. Wait, what face is this? I guess it made it into the final here. Cool. So I'm going to take my 2 and select it, and then we're going to just change the rotation. Rotate the X. And then I can place it wherever I want. We'll duplicate it. And we'll grab that one. Put it up there. So the problem now is if I'm using the symmetrical circle that I've made, it needs to be small enough to be used for every single digit. So that's something I'll be working on another time. But hopefully this gave you some ideas, and maybe you'll be able to make your own dice if you choose to. But overall, like, we made some cool stuff today. I'm very happy with the essence that we made. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching. We're gonna be wrapping up. Just create a wheel as another item and put it there, like triple it. That's a lot of faces. I see what you're saying though. Your CDO is kicking in. My OCD kicks in a lot too. But yeah, mirrors should be definitely used for the symmetrical stuff of a dice. So overall, happy with the progress we've made today. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll probably raid into the Sandbox if they're still streaming. And yeah, thank you Trap Edition, Vivox, Roxy, Sparky, Oak6, the Escape Room Artist. Thank you. But yeah, it looks like Sandbox is not live. So we're just wrapping up the stream then. Bye everybody. Have a fantastic day. See you next time.